Well, I have a question sorry.
Go ahead.
I have a question to Professor Karim and his interesting observation in South Africa. My question is concerned to the breakthrough cases vaccinated but then exposed to Delta. Is there a difference between AstraZeneca and BioNTech? One question, and another short one, but they are still protected not to have to go to the intensive care unit, or is there a different observation in South Africa?
Okay. Jose Onachik?
I'm just curious with all this information, as we look into new vaccines, if there is some knowledge of some targets that we expect to be less sensitive to mutations. So something that will make the vaccines based, how much information do we have on that in terms of looking for targets that are less mutation dependent?
Had I seen a hand from Susan Solomon?
I just had a quick question, which was, how long will it take to make the new vaccines if they really need to be redesigned for a new variant?
Okay, and Bill Phillips?
And following up on that question, when these new vaccines are developed, will they require as long a testing and approval period, or will they be able to be put into use quickly after they are developed, sort of in the way that every yearly influenza vaccine is?
Okay. Dr. Abdul Karim, please, first.
Yes, thank you very much for those questions. I'll deal with them quite quickly. The first issue was about breakthrough infections. We have certainly seen an increase in breakthrough infections. Some of it is due to the lower levels of antibodies, and that was shown in two good studies, one most recently from Goldberg in Israel, and the other from a study that was published today using the mRNA vaccine from Moderna. And what they show is that individuals who've been vaccinated more than 4 months ago are at higher risk of getting breakthrough infection than those who were injected with their vaccine within the last 2 months. What we have seen, and this is most clearly seen in both the Bar-On paper and the Goldberg study, is that severe disease, all vaccines pretty much have very good protection against hospitalization and severe disease, well over 90%. So the T-cell immunity that these vaccines generate is doing a good job in protecting. What we are seeing is an increase in mild infections, and that has led to concerns that using booster doses, giving third doses to prevent mild infections when some haven't received first doses to prevent severe infection is not a well-balanced use of vaccines. The second is, are they conserved targets? The answer is yes. There are, within the whole Sarbecovirus family, there are a range of conserved epitopes. And those conserved epitopes, there are now at least 3 groups that I know of who are developing vaccines based on those conserved, what is called like a pan-coronavirus vaccine. The most advanced is the vaccine developed at the Walter Reed, which is now in clinical trials, and we'll wait to see what comes of that, looking at conserved epitopes.
We have to be very brief.
Sorry?
We have to be very brief.
Okay, how long will it take to make a new vaccine? We've seen that with the beta variant, those who were trying to make a beta variant vaccine, it took longer to make the vaccine. By the time it was made, the variant's long gone. And the big challenge has been that we don't have correlates of protection. So we don't yet have a validated correlate to go into clinical practice. And so clinical studies may still be needed.
Okay. Dr. Mizokami, any
Yes,
quick
thank you
comment?
very much.
Very brief.
Thank you very much. And too many questions.
Yes.
I would like to say one thing is 80% of the infected people with nothing sign and symptoms. Only 20% need the oxygen. And this is 1 to 2% died. Okay. So the mortality is not so big one, but only the infectious. And vaccination is stopped, as Salim said, as I agree completely, because they are very low death rate, mortality after vaccination completed. So the vaccination is the best, fast way to one. And in Japan, the last month they completed the 5 waves, infected every day the 10,000 people, but now is only 10 or 20 cases in Japan. That was only the vaccinated by vaccination, 70%, and public health system is now ongoing completely with mask or sanitary or washing, and some completed common sense is now very big one. So breakthrough is very small number, many small number, and also not they are prevent to death or less than 1%. This is a very important point, and I think our data is also to some data is same one. Is about vaccine plus alpha is the best way to prevent one.
Yeah.
I'm opportunistic to the SARS-CoV-2 infection, not so pessimistic. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.